When it comes to top-level travel cards, the cards that we would think of as these new lifestyle cards with high annual fees, there are really five contending for the top spot. There's the American Express Platinum card at $895 a year. There's the Chase Sapphire Reserve card at $795 a year. There's kind of the entry-level Venture X card from Capital One. It's only $395 a year. There's the Citi Strata Elite card at $595 a year. And now the newest entry to this world is the BILT Palladium card at $495 a year. So I've had all of these cards at one point in the past, and I currently have 4 of the 5. And so I wanted to think about, well, how do each of these cards stand up against each other in different categories? So what we're going to do today is what I think will be a fun exercise is I'm going to give awards in a bunch of different categories. In fact, I've come up with 22 different categories where I'm going to award one of them a winner, and I may even give some honorable mentions in each one. So if you would, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's dive into it together. The first kind of section we're going to look at is when it comes to multipliers. So what do you get when you spend on this card in different categories? When it comes to the dining category, I think there's a clear winner. Now, a couple honorable mentions is the Chase Sapphire Reserve is going to give a 3x dining multiplier. That's very good. And the BILT Palladium, since it gets over 3x, if you're using it right, you're doing the points accelerator and you're also using it for your rent or mortgage, it's going to give over 3x on everything for at least for the first $25,000 in spend. So those are good honorable mentions, but I think the best overall has to be the Citi Strata Elite because of that special multiplier they have on Friday and Saturday nights called the Citi Nights. It gives 6x those nights, and then the rest of the time it gives 3x. So when you average those together, that's going to be better than any of the other multipliers. So in the dining category, I got to give the crown to the Citi Strata Elite card. The next category we look at is we're going to examine airfare, direct airfare. Now, when it comes to booking directly with airlines, which many of us prefer to do rather than booking through a portal, I think the winner here, without question, hands down, is the American Express Platinum card because it gives 5x membership rewards points directly with airlines. Now, an honorable mention here would be the Chase Sapphire Reserve card because it gives 4x, which is very good as well. So there's really no one on this list that can beat the Platinum card when it comes to direct bookings. Now, what about portal bookings? Well, when it comes to booking airlines through their portal, then it's reversed. Now we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve taking the top spot because it gets 8x portal bookings even on airfare. Most of these cards are going to give higher portal bookings on hotels and on car rentals, but not as much on airfare, but not the Chase Sapphire Reserve. It gives an 8x multiplier through their portal. Now, some honorable mentions here. The Amex Platinum would be 5x, but the real honorable mention, the second best, would be the Citi Strata Elite card because it gives 6x through the portal, but not as good as that 8x. The clear winner in this category is definitely the Reserve card. When it comes to hotels, the winner is kind of clear for me because you can get 3x, of course, with the BILT card or more, but there is a 4x category directly with hotels, and that's the Reserve card from Chase. And it gives 4x, like we said, on pretty much all airfare for directly and all hotels that are booked directly with the card. So the winner in the hotel category is clearly the Reserve card. Now, in portal bookings for hotels, the story changes. Yes, you can get 8x with the Reserve card. You can get 10x with the Venture X card, but those are just honorable mentions because through the Citi portal, the Citi Strata Elite card gives 12x on bookings with hotels. So I think it definitely wins there. The next category that would be very similar to that is car rentals through the portal. Car rentals through the portal are also going to be 12x with the Citi Strata Elite card. So that's going to beat out everybody else. Even though the Venture X has a pretty good 10X, it's not quite up there with the 12X offered by Citi. The next three are gas, grocery, and general travel. Now, I group those together because they're going to have the same result. There's going to be an honorable mention on all of them for the Venture X, for the 2X multiplier. It gets everywhere. But the winner is going to be the BILT Palladium in all three because it gets over 3X if you're using it right in all three of those as its basic, general, everywhere spending category. Now we move into some of the credits. All of these are high dollar cards and they give you back credits to help to offset the annual fee. Some are more than others, some are easier than others. So some of these I'm going to break up into easy and overall value or maybe luxury or your total return. So when it comes to hotels, almost all of these, they have some kind of hotel credit or general travel credit that could apply to hotels. So what's the best basic hotel credit on any of these? Well, somebody might argue that it's the general travel credit with the Chase Sapphire Preferred or with the Venture X, but that's its own category really, because that could be used for flights, it could be used for a lot of other things. So when it comes to a dedicated hotel credit, in my estimation, the best one for a basic hotel credit is the Citi Strata Elite card because it gives a $300 credit that's a one use per year on a 2-night minimum, but it doesn't have to be a certain level of hotel. You can stay in a hotel that's $150 a night for both nights, and I've done it, and you get back the full $300. So it's very, very, very easy to use through their portal. So I think that definitely when it comes to a basic hotel credit, that the Strata Elite takes the cake there. Then when it comes to a more luxurious type, so you got to stay in higher end and you're going to get a lot of perks, like you're going to get room upgrades, things like that. So there are things in this category like home away from home with BILT, and then you've got the Edit collection with Chase. But the winner here, I don't think there can be any argument, is that $600 a year you get with the American Express Platinum card because it's with their fine hotels and resorts. You get $100 property credit, you get free breakfast every day, you get upgrades, and you get early check-in, late checkout, all of that. And you can just book a single night. So there's many times Nona and I have gotten this credit to be used at a different hotel that is just right at $300 or maybe just a little bit more. And we're getting back the whole amount plus $100 plus free breakfast, all of that. So when it comes to a luxury hotel credit, the Platinum definitely wins that category. Now in the general travel credit category, I think there's one that's much easier. Now, when it comes to an honorable mention, the Venture X gets an honorable mention here because it has a really easy to use $300 general travel credit, but it's got to be used through their portal. So I think the Chase Reserve card definitely wins here for that $300 travel credit that doesn't have to be used through their portal. It can be used anywhere. So that definitely is the winner when it comes to a general travel credit. In the dining credit category, there are a few that try to compete, like the Reserve card. They have their special tables that you can book through them and you can get some money back, but I just don't think it quite compares to the Resi credit. $400 a year with the American Express Platinum card, and there are lots and lots of Resi restaurants. Easy to use. I even go and buy gift cards at some of these and it triggers the credit. It's really easy to use. It's $400 a year, which goes a long way, almost halfway to getting back your annual fee just in that single credit alone. So the Amex Platinum has the best dining credit in my estimation. In the shopping credit category, this one's kind of tough because there's a lot of different type of shopping that's available on these cards. But I think the best one, in my opinion, is the Lululemon credit with the American Express Platinum card because it's $300, $75 a quarter. You can go in, the way I understand it, I've not done it, but people have reported you can go in and just buy a gift card and stack those up. And a lot of people shop at Lululemon. And so I think that when it comes to just kind of all those different kind of shopping categories, an honorable mention, of course, would be the splurge credit with the Strata Elite card. That's $200. You can use it at Best Buy. That one's really good too. Those were very, very close. But I'm going to give it to the American Express Platinum in the shopping category. Entertainment. Well, this one's hard as well because there are several things. You can, again, use that Strata Elite splurge credit for some entertainment like Ticketmaster and stuff. But then there's the StubHub credit. Now, I know a lot of people don't like StubHub, but StubHub has a lot of options. You can go to Broadway plays, you can go to football games, you can go to other kind of sporting events. And so I'm going to give this one to the Reserve card for their StubHub credit. That one's, I know, somewhat controversial, and please tell me if you disagree down below, but I think it just edges out the others just barely. Another one that might be controversial is the airline credit. Now, if we had been making this video a few months back, I would have gave it to the Amex Platinum because there were a lot of ways to kind of get around the incidental requirement. But now, since there's not, I'm going to give this one to the Citi Strata Elite card because it has the splurge credit that can be used on American Airlines, and it can be used for airfare or for bags or just anything on American Airlines. And so that's a really easy $200 to use for an airline. So I'm going to give it to the Strata Elite card. Likewise, when it comes to what we would call unique credits, and this one's going to be very controversial because a lot of people are going to see this differently. I get it. And I think we would all rank this one differently. But for me, the unique credit, there's all sorts of stuff like Aura rings and, there's different, you can do Pelotons or you can do Equinox, the gym. There's all sorts of kind of unique credits. But to me, the funnest and easiest to use is the Black Lane credit with the Citi Strata Elite card. You get a great ride in a black car, a limousine service. It is a fun time. $100 twice a year. We've used it every single 6 months that we've had the card, and it's been fun. We really liked it. So you might come up with something different in that category. Let me know down below. But I think it's a pretty good credit when it comes to just a unique category, a fun category. Now we move on to some of the other aspects of the cards, and we look at travel protections. When it comes to travel protections, there's not even an honorable mention. Nobody even comes close to the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. It has the best travel protections you're going to find on a credit card, hands down. It is very, very good, and it doesn't even have a close second behind it. When it comes to the annual fee, for the first time on this list, the Venture X takes the crown. At $395, you can get back your whole annual fee pretty easily. I think it has to go to the Venture X because it's the cheapest on the list, and you're easily getting back all of your annual fee through both their $300 travel credit and also through the 10,000 points that they give you as a bonus every year. Likewise, in the category of the least credits that need to be used to break even on the card, it's the Venture X because, as I mentioned, it's easy to get back your $395 in value. I mean, super easy. And really, I've never gotten only the $395 in value because those 10,000 points are worth more than 1 cent a piece if you're using them in a great way. So the Venture X for sure takes that category as well. Now, on the highest effective annual fee potential, and I know some people don't like effective annual fee, but I'm just using it to describe how much you can get back versus how much you're paying in. Even though it's the most expensive card on the list, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve could be a strong second place and definitely is a good honorable mention, but I think the Amex Platinum, I mean, you can get it's not that hard to get back that $895 and far, far more if you're gaming this card well, and if you're keeping a spreadsheet and keeping track of what you're using and make sure you use them. So with Lululemon and with dining and with the airfare credit, and then also with your hotel credits of $600 a year. I mean, it's just pretty easy to get many hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, above what your annual fee are. So the overall highest potential effective annual fee is going to go to the Amex Platinum card. And the last category is the best potential earnings category. Now, in that category, I think that anybody could get a whole lot of points on this. if you're using the card all the time. And I think some cards that would definitely receive a honorable mention would be almost all of them except the Platinum card. I mean, with the Strata Elite, you're getting 1.5x on everything. That could be very powerful, plus the dining multipliers. When it comes to the Reserve card, you're getting some great 4x categories and a 3x dining. When it comes to the Venture X, 2x everywhere, those are all great. But this one has to go to the BILT Palladium. If you're working that BILT Palladium, using your BILT cash right, using your multipliers, paying your rent or mortgage, I mean, you're going to get really a lot of points for that. So in this category of highest potential earnings, definitely goes to the BILT Palladium. Now, as I add up all of these, and there were 22, I guess you might say 23, I lumped a couple of them together, but really I counted 22 different categories, and I kind of expected something that didn't play out as I scored it, because what I expected were that one of the cards I think are the best is going to come out way ahead. But that's not exactly how it worked out. So in those 22 categories, the American Express Platinum card, it won in 5 of those categories. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card, it also won in 5 of those categories. The Venture X was far behind. It only won in 2 categories because, really all you get is the 2X and those simple credits, which is great when it comes to what you're getting in an overall return at a simple level. And it's also really good in its annual fee. But as far as all the rest in an individual category, it just didn't win anywhere else. So it's the lowest on the list. But the Citi Strata Elite also took 5 of those categories, and particularly because of the portal earnings it can have. But then the BILT Palladium, and this is the one that I expected to kind of run ahead of some of the others, but it didn't. The BILT Palladium card also got a 5. It won in 5 categories. So what that tells me is that these top level cards, with the Venture X kind of lagging behind a little bit, all of them have their strengths. All of them have valuable perks that, depending on what you value the most, could be very meaningful. So there's not a wrong answer. For some of you, one card will work much better than the others. For others, then that card won't work at all, and you'll have to choose something else on the list. Well, I do have referral links down below for all of these cards, except for the Citi Strata Elite. And so if you would like to consider any one of these, just look down below in the description. And if you use one of my links, it really helps support the channel. I also have channel memberships, $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. I do early release videos. I also do special videos every week for my channel members. And then I have a higher tier called Spreadsheet Warriors, where if you're really trying to be a gamer in this space and really play the credit card game at the highest level, it's great because we do live Zoom sessions every month where we can kind of strategize together and ask questions and help each other to really get the most value from our credit card rewards. So check those out down below as well. Thanks for being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you here next time.